Hey all, here's a video that I've been wanting to do since right after DJ Expo. I just haven't had the time or space to do it. I finally have both. We don't have any broken down cars here in the shop. I can actually do this video for you. So those of you who've been waiting, thanks for your patience. We're going to be looking at two speakers today from FBT. And in some ways, they're exactly alike. In other ways, they are very different. We've got the X Pro 112A processed loudspeaker and the X Lite 112A processed active speaker. They've got the same specs. Look at the specs on these things. They are the same. The difference is one has a wooden cabinet and one has a ABS plastic cabinet, or whatever you call it. It's one of those kind of cabinets. So what we're going to do first is unbox them. We're going to go over here and do that right now. So we're going to be looking at this X Pro first. It says on the side of this box, it's 17.6 kilos. And since I'm an American, I have no idea what that means. But I did the math, and it means about 39 pounds. Got a knife? Let's do this. All right. Packed up real nice in here. Packing's good. Set that aside. Of course, it's got the protective bag over it. Put that aside. Now I got to figure out how I'm going to get it out of here one-handed. It's got a handle on this side. Also comes with the power cord. We'll just set this here for now. Let's see if I can get this out of the box without hurting myself. There we go. 39 pounds. Here it is. We've unboxed it. I'll back it up a little bit so it's in frame here. Trying to do this all in one shot. Get this box out of the way. There we go. Okay. Here is our X Pro. It's a good looking speaker too. Now let's go ahead and open this one up. On the side of this box, it says the net weight is 15.8 kilos, which to us Americans means, according to my cheat sheet here, about 35 pounds. Let's see how different this speaker is. The unboxing process. Okay, packaging is a little different on this one. It's just foam on top. Put that aside. Plastic cover on it. We've got, of course, power cable, and there's an instruction manual. There was one in there too, I just didn't mention it. But this one has a handle on the top, so I'm going to be able to get this out of the box easier. So we'll put this here for now. 35 pounds. There we go. And there is our X Lite. Now we're looking at the difference of 4 pounds. So 35 pounds versus 39 pounds, or whatever the kilos were on that. So now that we've got them unboxed, why don't we see what they sound like? But before we do all of that, let's have a look at the case design itself. This is the X Pro, and as you can see, it's a wedge design. Now that is so you can use it as a floor monitor, right? You can do the same thing with the X Lite. I'll show you that in a minute, but yeah, it's a wedge case. And it only has a handle on this side. There's no handle on the top or the other side, just one handle. And back here is the amp. And what I'll do is I'll adjust this camera so we can have a closer look at that and see what kind of features we get. We'll start with what they're calling channel 1. This is your main input. You've got an input, you've got an output, you've got a level. You can switch between line and microphone. So if you want to use this for like an outdoor speech or something, and you just want to plug a microphone into here, you can absolutely do that and plug your music source into another channel. You can do that with this. And of course, you've got your level, and it's 0 dB there. And that's where you probably want to set it right there, facing noon, 0 dB. That's where I would put it. Here's your channel 2. You get your left mono and right inputs, so you can throw 2 quarters jacks in there from your mixing board if you want to, and it's basically running kind of a mono for you, stereo if you will. Mono stereo. And those are balanced inputs. Of course, you have your input here. You can switch between line and mic, and you also have your, level here for channel 2. So you've got independent levels for that. Up here is channel 3. This is your Bluetooth pairing, so you can pair something, and you got a level for that. This is nice. Over here, you have a high pass filter. Most speakers have that these days, but it's a good thing to have. And what that means is, for those of you who don't know, none of your sub bass is going to go through the speaker. It's just going to handle mid bass, mids, and highs. So like I don't know what it is on this one, probably somewhere between 120 and 80 hertz and below aren't going through the speaker when you have this high pass filter activated. Only the mid bass, mids, and highs. Here are your DSP presets. It gives you original/live, floor vocal. So if you got it on the floor using it as a stage monitor, you would do that. There's also club and DJ, which is kind of your musical preference. I'm assuming club is more boomy than DJ, but that's the back of it. And the X Lite's going to look exactly the same. Let's have a look at that. You've got 3 handles on this one. There's one on each side, plus there's one on the top, which is what I picked it out of the box with. Weighs 4 pounds less than the X Pro. I've got fly points on each side, so you can fly the speaker if you want to. There's also a fly point on the top. The X Pro has 2 fly points only on the top, nothing on the sides. The cabinet is built so you can wedge it either way. It's got wedge points here and here, so you can flip it whatever direction you want to. And the amp is identical to what's going on with the X Pro. Everything about it is the same. There's nothing different, except this says X Lite and not X Pro. I have no idea what this is going to sound like, because it's only going to be as good as your computer speakers. The microphone on this phone of mine, there are a lot of variables here, but hopefully it gives you an idea. And I'm going to give you my opinion on what I think about the warmth of the cabinet, because the theory is the wooden cabinet is supposed to sound a lot warmer than the ABS plastic cabinet. But let's see. I'm going to be the judge of it. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear it on the camera or not. Probably not, just bass hits. But let's go ahead and play a track. We're going to check out the X Pro first and see what it sounds like. I've got everything kind of set the same on the speakers, and I'm running the club setting. I tried the DJ setting, but it was so boomy, I didn't even want to go there. So we're on the club setting, it's less boomy. Let's have a listen. Wow, that is nice. By the way, I barely have these speakers on. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to hear anything. It would just help me distort it. It sounds really nice. Let's try the X Lite. There's nothing wrong with that, but side by side, man, you can tell. I don't know if you can on the camera or not, but you certainly can hear it. Wow. So I apologize for this video taking so long for me to get out, and I hope it helps somebody. I don't know, maybe you can take my word for it. The wooden cabinet sounds a lot warmer than the ABS plastic cabinet. There's nothing wrong with the way this ABS plastic cabinet sounds. The X Lite, again, you get the handles. I like the cabinet design. I love the handle on top. It makes it easy for a guy like me to transport, maybe you. But if you're looking for just pure sound quality, if that's your objective, it weighs 5 pounds or 4 pounds more, which is like a really tiny cat, a little bitty cat. Yeah, you're going to want to go with the wooden cabinet, all things being the same. Are you going to know the difference? I guess if you got the X Lite, you'll never know. But side by side, you're going to know. Definitely warmer. So anyway, I hope this video helps somebody. Sorry for the delay on this. If you want to see more videos on this stuff, let me know. And thanks to Italian Speaker Imports for helping us out with these speakers so we can do this cool demo for you. We'll see you next time. Practice and enjoy.